This is Nicole Rivera, and this is the Rivera Family Homeschooling Vlog. I had some requests to do a video on what we're doing for our math curriculum this year, because we're kind of, if you saw what I was doing, what I did like toward the end of last year, this summer, is I printed off some pages from Laura Atlantic-Kakiak. She has like addition, subtraction, math facts. So I printed those off. I printed off some easy peasy worksheets, and I kind of intermixed those and made my own workbook and used that toward the end of our year, because we had finished Raise early, because we usually do Raise. This year, I'm kind of taking a bunch of different resources and doing something similar-ish. So we are part of Classical Conversations. So every year we do memory work for math, where we memorize from up to 15 times 15 in times tables, plus a bunch of different math equations. And so we plan on using, there's like a whole series of books that you can go deeper on some of these things. Like last year we did probability, and we read A Very Improbable Story. This is I always get the name of this publisher incorrect when I say it. It's a Charlesbridge Math Adventure. They have a whole series of math adventures, and they cover all, like a bunch of the different topics that we cover in CC. I have a few of these. Circumference and the Roundabout Battle. And it teaches rounding, and this is Alice in Pasta Land. Circumference and the 100% Goose Chase teaches percentages. So whenever we cover something like that in CC or in one of these other resources, I plan on doing at least one math read aloud with the boys a week, because all the kids, like A Place for Zero talks about place value. Circumference and the Round Table is a geometry book. So, A Fibonacci Tale. One of these resources is going to get into Fibonacci numbers, and this is a great book to teach Fibonacci numbers to yourself and to the kids. And so we have all of them. And I didn't even bring them all out for this video. There's a bunch of them. So we're probably going to do about one of those read alouds a week for math. And then I printed out, and I'll show you what I printed out. I'll turn this around. A bunch of different worksheets, and I kind of already put them in the order that I want to put them in his binder, where I'm going to have math for him. I just have not bound them yet. This is I'm not really counting this for math, but we're doing CC has Prescript. It teaches cursive and drawing and math grammar. And I'll just show you an example. So it'll do the letter C, and it's covering the word cone. It'll give a definition that they trace and copy. And then it will do some kind of drawing and math concept on the next page. So this would be like one lesson for him. But this I'm not counting as math. I'm going to put this with his writing and drawing. So I'm thinking I'm going to have him do one arithmetic practice sheet a day, plus we'll probably do some kind of math lesson. And he's going to do something off, because I have this prescripts, and I also have the scripture prescripts that incorporates drawing and math concepts into that. So I'm trying to work all the things out in my head. So we're going to do like one page of arithmetic, maybe one page of the things I'm compiling for writing. And once I do that, I'll kind of show you what I have. Right now I only have the math done. And then we'll do reading. I have lots of read alouds this year and things for us to read. So we're also doing this even though it's not technically part of what I'm counting as arithmetic. All the subjects intermix, but I figured I would show you that, because one of the letters in here is Fibonacci. So the day we do that letter, then I will do the story about the Fibonacci numbers, which we've already read like a million times, but they love it. So one of the, I guess, things that I'm adding this year, because it starts with third grade math and up, and it's a recommended resource from Classical Conversations, is Understanding Mathematics. And it goes from counting to calculus. But it's not counting like you would want to do with your 4-year-old. It really gets into the grammar of math And it also, I have the problems and solution guides to give him extra practice. So I plan on doing one lesson out of this book a week with him, if not a little bit more, and just really getting him familiar as he's doing his. So these I printed out just to keep him practicing so he doesn't lose the skills of adding and subtracting and the speed that we've gotten with using those numbers. He's also going to be learning multiplication and a little bit of division this year. I want him to just keep practicing those math drills. That's what this is for, essentially, is to keep practicing those skills and not lose them and kind of build on them. But then I have this, and the storybooks and things are for learning the grammar of math. So it starts, this book, and I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see it. So this book starts, and the first chapter is all for the teacher to kind of understand why. This is actually a gospel tract. And then the second chapter is when they actually get into the lessons. And it's they just define terms. What is a number? What is mathematics? What are all these things? It gets into integers. And so it really gets deep into numbers. It's not just basic counting. It's positive numbers, negative numbers. It's their values. It's all of these different things. Whole numbers, positive numbers, negative numbers, integers. So they're going to learn the definitions of these words, which is what I really liked, because classical learning is all about learning the grammar of the subject first. So this really emphasizes grammar. Learning the place values. So one of the lessons, he's literally just going to be reading out numbers and practicing where are the place values, which we've already been practicing with Laurel at Landakakiak has Abacus math flashcards, and it really helps teaching place values, and we do those, and he really enjoys them. They're going to get into decimals already. So this is a very mastery classical method of teaching, and so we're just going to slowly work our way through here, get to where we get to, and then they do addition and subtraction, even though he already knows how to do it. But again, this gets deeper into the grammar of everything. So I'm trying to lay a firm foundation for him, since we are not going to be doing the math map for him right now. The Classical Conversations is coming out with their own math curriculum called the Math Map. It is a bit out of our budget, and they don't really have his year ready yet. So we're going to hold off on that. They do have a math devotional coming out called Math Reflections, and I'm planning on getting that as soon as it comes out, so that we can really be ready for when he gets to challenge and is required to do the math map, which is a classical approach to mathematics. So for right now, my idea is to use this until we get to challenge. And obviously sometimes plans get rerouted, but to use this till we get to challenge, so that he is prepared, and maybe even use this while we're in challenge if we need extra help on something, because you can use this as a standalone or as an extra help for any math curriculum you do. So that's what my goal with this was. It was very inexpensive. I got this used. I got this new. I think this was like $25 new. And this has all the problems for 3rd grade through 12th grade. And this has all the lessons for 3rd grade through 12th grade. So, and I think I got this for less than $20. So I felt like it was worth it as a guide, like somebody to hold my hand as we learn math, and to learn it in a classical approach, where you start with numbers and you keep adding to this pyramid. As you go along, you get all the way up to calculus. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to slowly work through this. I'm hoping to get whenever they come out with the devotional, then I'll get that. I have not gone to practicum yet this year, and some life events have happened, and it looks like we are not going to be able to go to practicum this year, but I'm hoping to get notes from some of my friends when we start up the school year down here. So there's that. And then this is what I've printed out, and this is our practice. So this is from Easy Peasy, All-in-One Homeschool. This is the Math 3 printables, because he's just finished this Math 2 printables, which is 2nd grade. And so he's on the 3rd grade ones, which he's not in 3rd grade we just keep going. We just kind of like make our way through because we do more than 180 school years. So we tend to get through more. Like if you read the course, she talks about getting through more than one math text a year. So we get through more. We've gotten through more than one math text in a year. And so that's what we're planning to do this year too. So I interspersed these. I started off just because the beginning of Easy Peasy Math 3 is kind of like a review of Math 2. So this is just review practice for him. So I didn't really start adding anything new until we get to the multiplication. So I don't know if this is where I started, but once we get to multiplying, this is Laurel's. This is not where I started. It's back here somewhere. But anyway, this is Laurel's at Land of Kakiak. She, on Etsy, she sells a math facts workbook. And this is the multiplication part. The whole workbook, I think, is like $5. And it's a PDF. And it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So this, I figured once he starts that, like he'll be doing an easy peasy multiplying by 5. And then he can do extra practice here. And coloring in here. And then he's got all this extra stuff. And we'll do a few days with Laurel. And then I have my Raise Arithmetic. And I have the book, but I went ahead and just printed this for him so he can read it and write his answers on this piece of paper. And so he would go through some of these Raise Arithmetic for a few days. And then we'd be back to Easy Peasy. And this is more Easy Peasy. And then we have some more Raise. And then we have some more of Laurel's Math Facts, Do-It-Yourself Math workbook. And so that's all interspersed throughout here. And then I ended it with Raise Arithmetic's, their like final exam sort of for their multiplication portion of their book. And so that'll be our ending part of our school year is to finish that off. Because I only plan on, Raise teaches multiplication and division in one school year. I just broke it up to lay a firmer foundation. He's only in 2nd grade. We could just get really solid with the multiplication stuff. And then there's going to be a little bit of division introduced in Easy Peasy. And then next year when he's actually in 3rd grade, we can work on adding the division stuff in when he's on math level 4 in Easy Peasy. So we're essentially going through Easy Peasy's curriculum, Laurel's extra helps. We're going through Ray's curriculum. We're going through understanding mathematics. We're going through the math terms. We're going through, this is like half the pile. We're going through all of these. So I feel like that's a pretty firm math foundation for him. I don't think that he's going to need anything else. Once we get to the devotional, I'll see how we can incorporate that maybe as like a Saturday family devotional. We'll see what happens. But that's what I have planned for math. I'm not following one specific curriculum. I'm just kind of building on what we need and what works for us. Because I know that for classical conversations at this age and stage, you're supposed to be practicing getting fast at their math facts and learning their grammar. And that's what all of this is meant to do in a way that he actually enjoys, because he loves the Easy Peasy worksheets and all these different things. So that's what I have for you for math. If you have any further questions, let me show you really quick, just inside the solutions guide. So it's literally just lists of problems. I wouldn't have him write in here. I would just be like, okay, let's open the book and let's open your journal and let's write some of these down, and we'll just journal them. Like for categorizing numbers, I might have him do like a notebooking page with one of these and just draw something with different categories, and he can put the numbers in them and call it a day. And that would be enough for him. And we might not even do all of them. We might save some of them for another day. So just something, I don't plan on going through this book very fast. I plan on slowly taking our time and really absorbing it. So that's all I have for math. I hope that helps answer some of your questions, give you some ideas of what you might want to do this year, and help you feel free to not have to do a box curriculum if you don't want to. You can learn math without doing a box curriculum. You can do it by making your own. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe.